This podcast is intended for adult audiences over the age of 18. It contains adult language and situations. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast belong solely to us, and not of any employer, organization, committee, or other group or individuals. This podcast is not intended to be taken as professional advice.
Welcome to the SwingNation podcast, a podcast by swingers for swingers, where we look to educate others and push back on the negative stigmas and misconceptions associated with our lifestyle. Come with us and share our pineapple journey as we travel the globe, interview the experts, learn and grow together. Join the nation.
So, Lacy, people are asking, how do they get to go to a party or an event with us?
They check out swingersociety.net, you create a profile, you sign up for an event, and you come hang out with us. It's super easy.
That's right. If you want to party with us and the other faces and names that you know from social media and TikTok, head on over to swingersociety.net.
Can't wait to see you there.
Hey there, pineapple people, and welcome to the SwingNation podcast. We are your hosts, Northern Guy
And Southern Girl.
and we are back with another episode of the SwingNation podcast.
We are.
When we left you Friday at Secrets, and we just had just finished our room crawl.
Yeah.
And you had, our friends really had just kicked out somebody that was a little drunk, and you got called a mean girl.
I did. Shout out to those friends that they were ready to.
They're ready to throw down for you.
Yeah, which I appreciate. I was just trying to be nice, and they were there to back me up.
They were. Okay, so you got her out.
Yeah.
And then me and you got ready real quick.
Yeah, I mean, you had an hour to eat and get ready. And I had a little bit more time, but I also had to make TikToks, and also it takes me a whole hell of a lot longer than it does you to get ready.
Yes.
Diana, who
works for us,
she does carne asada night at Secrets. And basically she charges everybody, I think it's like $10 or it could be more. So I don't know, a plate. And she feeds everybody tacos.
I think we talked about this already. You remember you were like, make sure you pay her, and then you were like, we didn't pay her.
No, I remember that, and I think we said it early, but we actually ate after the room crawl. I don't know, we might have said it before, but technically, I think we ate after because she came and got us, and it's like we're running out of food, so
come eat. Yeah.
So I think because you had dinner before, and you basically got ready, and then you headed out to go DJ, and so I finished getting ready. The theme for Friday nights was Hillbilly Hoedown. It's our way of saying like a redneck night without saying redneck.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, or like white trash party.
Yeah.
You know.
People get weird about those kind of labels, and to be fair, we don't want to offend anybody, so we try to keep it. Even
though we are from a long line of rednecks and white trash. So, we were, that's one that we can totally lean
right.
in.
But when we label our parties, we try to keep them on,
There's a lot of thought.
Right. That goes into those names.
Them. Yeah. So if you remember back to the Grove, our camping takeover, we did a version of this. It was like Redneck Riviera or something like that. Yeah. And that time, I wanted to do the beer can rollers in my hair. And that was my plan. I brought all this stuff. I guess I thought it would be easier than it was. And it's not that easy. So this time...
So ladies, if you're looking to take beer cans and put them in your hair, which who is doing that? But if for some reason you are, there's a process.
The hillbillies are doing it.
Yeah, right. Well, after seeing it, it seems like it'd be way easier just to go buy rollers somewhere.
It is. But I really wanted to do it last time. And so I was like, I am doing it 100%. This is happening this time. Last time I bought like Bud Light. This time I was like, oh no, I'm doing Dr. Pepper. Because if you know me, like in my personal life, I'm the queen of Dr. Pepper. That is my drink of choice. It's just what I like. And so I saved my cans leading up, and I really I went on Pinterest, I went on YouTube, TikTok. I was like, I'm going to figure out how somebody has done this and just copy it.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Really?
Yeah, there really wasn't. So I just started thinking about it, and I was like, well, what if I if I put Velcro on them.
Right.
Or I need a way to clip them onto my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, well, honestly, I probably need Velcro and clips because I'm going to be dancing and acting a fool. So long story short, I had Dan cut off the ends of the cans.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of saw thing.
Yeah, I put a cutting blade on my grinder, and
Yeah.
we literally cut the ends off of your Dr. Pepper cans.
So that way I could clip them with an actual clip. And
Right.
then I went and bought like Velcro, like real Velcro, and just put the one side of the Velcro on it and essentially turned them into Velcro rollers.
Right.
So it kind of gripped my hair.
By the time we bought all that, they probably ended up being more. Not only were they more of a pain in the ass than regular rollers, probably more expensive.
No, they definitely weren't more expensive. I can tell you that. It was just clips and Velcro. But then I had from last time, I never got rid of it. I had some like heavy duty like spray glue, and those things were like plastered on my head. Like they did not move the whole night. They stayed put, and everybody loved them. My outfit and my hair was totally a hit for Friday night.
Yes.
So anyway, I got ready with Daphne and Mike, and then we made our TikToks and took our pictures and all of that. And then we met you at the club.
Right. So I opened DJing at the club. So I had to be in there, like the club opens at 9. So I was there for like 8:30 and sound checks and set everything up, and then started DJing.
Yeah, and the to me, this is like one of my favorite themes that we've ever done. It was just funny. We had fake cigarettes, and like, also people were like kind of casual. Like nobody was like overdressed. It was very much like tennis shoes and boots, and it was a lot. You had a mullet wig on.
Yeah. So my outfit was a American flag overalls.
Yeah.
No shirt, and I actually left one of the overall straps off. And then I had a mullet wig, and then I had American flag sunglasses.
Yeah. And my outfit was, I found this girl on Etsy who made like it literally was like a lingerie set out of bandana fabric, sort of.
Like headband, like bandanas, yeah.
And her and I had struck up a conversation, and normally you just order it like small, medium, large, extra large. And she was really sweet. She was like, well, send me your measurements. I've got to sew it anyway. I'll just make it to your size for no extra. And so she like custom, and it was really, really cute. I don't know if it came across in pictures as cute as it was, but it was very well made, and I'm excited to wear it. That's one of those things that I'll save and wear again for something.
There's going to be some kind of other night like that.
Like, I mean, you can wear that for 4th of July.
And we've done the like a lumberjack.
Yeah, it can definitely be reused. But anyway, I loved my outfit. It was really cute. So then the club. Who all DJ'd Friday?
So Friday night I opened, and then Juan Deepa was the headline, and then Just in Time closed the club down. Yeah,
it was a great night. A lot like high energy, a lot of party, a lot of fun. I did shots off the bar with Southern Swap, Tiffany Bell. She helped me do shots at the bar. It was a really good, fun night. I didn't get too fucked up. It was just kind of like perfect.
I agree. Yeah, I had a really fun time. Opening DJ can be a little weird because it's like you kind of have to get the party started.
Yeah.
People kind of come in cold, but then it kind of takes a while for it to build. But I had a really good time. I thought it was good energy.
Yeah, when I walked in, the energy was already there. So I don't know what you did while I wasn't there, but it was awesome.
Yeah, and then this is really the first time Juan Deepa DJ'd like main stage Secrets.
Yeah.
Big hit.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him.
Everybody loved him. Lots of surveys really enjoyed his vibe that he brought this weekend, and his lovely wife. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. So
They are, yes.
excited to have them as part of the team.
I agree.
It's a good fit.
The perfect fit.
Yeah. So at some point we decide the night is over, and we like, what are we doing?
Well, so I had told you, like, hey, if you want to fuck, if we're going to do an orgy night, Friday night is going to be the night, because Saturday night I was closing DJ.
Yeah.
And so just in time opened. Juan Deepa was
So you
headline.
knew Friday night was
so I was
like-
like, Friday night, we're going to have a hard time playing because I have to DJ all the way up till 2 a.m. And
Yeah.
I know you, and getting you to an orgy room at 2 or to go fuck at 2 a.m. is hard.
It's very hard, yeah.
So I was like, if we're going to do an orgy, if you want to try to organize that, Friday night's the night.
Yeah.
So when I got done DJing, and then I think we stuck around for most of Juan Deepa's set, and then around midnight or so, we
Yeah.
were like, all right, let's get everybody together and let's go fuck.
Yeah. So somehow it was decided to come to our room. And honestly, I don't know who all was invited. I just felt like everybody was coming.
I think I don't really know. It was
I don't-
like
it
we
was-
told a few people who told a few people who told a few
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't like these 5 couples.
No.
No, it was definitely not that. It was a very open, relaxed invitation
Yeah.
to,
Now there might be so many people listening that well, I didn't get an invitation. Well, if you
Well,
didn't, it's probably because we just didn't.
I
see-
didn't- I
we
don't-
probably just didn't see you in that time frame.
honestly, I didn't invite one person. I don't know how they got there. Like, I don't know who brought who. I know that.
So it was made. So the decision was made to go back to our room because some people were concerned about going to the playroom.
Yeah.
And so some people were like, I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable in the public playroom. And so we're like, okay, let's just go back to our room.
Yeah.
That way we can close the door, close the blinds. And then our room, we had our bed, and then we had a conjoining room with Daphne and Daddy Mike. And then they have 2 beds on their side. So in our room, there basically was 3 beds that you could fuck on, and 1 bed which nobody was even sleeping in. So if you wanted to fuck that one up, squirt, whatever, no problem. So we were like, our room probably makes the most sense for this.
Yeah. So I don't want to name off who. Okay, so first of all, we got there, we showered,
Yeah.
we get in the bed, and we're just like chatting with Daphne and Mike,
Right.
And like we start looking at the time, and like nobody's showing up, and I'm like, our friends don't like us. That's
Lacy
it.
started panicking. So it's like, I think.
felt like we had been stood up.
Yeah, we left the club at like midnight, and I think we had said like, okay, 12:30, or maybe it was whatever it was, 12:30, 1 o'clock, meet in our room. And everybody's like, okay, yeah,
There was a time. It wasn't 12:30 or 1. It was like 1.
right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can't remember what the time
Yeah.
was, but say it was 1 o'clock. We're gonna meet in our room. We're like, okay, 1 o'clock.
So it's like 1:15, nobody, 1:20, and we're like, what the fuck?
and Lacy's like freaking out, and I'm like, baby, they're probably just taking longer to get ready.
Like, no.
because we didn't give them much time. We gave them like 20 minutes or something from the time we left the club to get to like our room. And I'm like, probably people are trying to herd cats. They're trying to get their people and then their friends and get everybody together. And
it's kind of one of those things like you don't open the door because once you start letting people,
you could have randoms.
It could just so we had the door shut and the blinds closed. So it was like if you know, or you
Right.
got to know somebody who
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
So Daphne and Mike, or sorry, I say that back. Daphne and Dan usually will make content together. At some point every weekend we hang out with them.
Well,
Like,
we fuck. Me and her will fuck every weekend, and then usually if there's nobody else in the room, Daddy Mike will pull out a camera.
yeah,
or
like
you'll
when we
pull out-
say content, we don't mean like lights, camera, action. Like we mean we're just fucking.
Me and her fuck, and usually Daddy Mike records it.
Yeah, and I help.
Probably 1 for his personal spank bank, and then probably 2
Yeah.
to put on OnlyFans.
Yeah. So I'm like, and we had been trying to figure out all weekend about like when that was going to happen. So I'm like, y'all just do it. And she's like, no, I don't look cute. It's late. And I'm like, well, you might not ever get to do it like this weekend again because tomorrow's busy.
Well, and we're
It's
kind of
just-
like, it's getting to the point where we're like, well, maybe nobody is going to show
Yeah,
up. And
yeah.
so let's just fucking have fun and whatever,
Yeah. So Dan fucks Daphne and you wear the mullet,
Uh-huh,
right?
Yeah.
So me and Mike are like filming and, like being assistants over there.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all are damn near finished.
Yeah.
And there's a knock
on
on the door. And all of the friends start coming in. And I knew everybody, with the exception of one couple that I had met earlier that day.
I don't think I even met that couple.
I met them because we had a not a birthday, but well, I guess it's kind of a baby shower.
Yes.
For the
Durdens.
Durdens. Yeah. And so she was like a bunch of people were in like kind of that area. And that's when I had met them. So that's probably why you didn't get a chance
Yeah, I
to.
had no idea. Yeah.
Very attractive couple, very nice couple. Excited that they were.
She kind of reminds me of, you might not know this reference, but the Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
the Mother of Dragons lady.
I watched all episodes.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah. She kind of looks kind of like that.
That was before we met.
Yeah.
But yeah, she did. She definitely gave that vibe. So let's see. I'm going to count it. 1, 2, like 6 or 7 couples. I think there was one just like
There's a couple that came in a little bit later.
Yeah, and then like one came in, and then like the wife came in later. So I fucked everybody minus one guy, the new guy. I was a big old whore. So I don't know how many that was. 6. I didn't hit 7 because I think it was probably 6 guys. I didn't fuck the new guy just because I didn't really know him. I mean, I thought he was attractive. I don't particularly just like fuck, not that he's a rando because I did get to meet him, but I guess I just wasn't, because I didn't know him very well. It wasn't like, hey, buddy, come over here and fuck me.
I fucked most of the other girls except for the new girl. And one, because I don't think me and her exchanged any words the whole time.
Yeah. Do we want to?
She was beautiful. I would have loved to fuck her.
Do we want to talk about the comments made about the dick size?
Yeah, there was some comments made.
And it didn't even really like strike me until the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you were fucking someone and something was said about a big dick, and she was like, I like to be dick down or something like that.
I like big dick.
I like big dicks. And then somebody was like, well, my husband's got a big dick. And then one of the guys, the new guy that we didn't know, made some comment like, what was it?
Well, I think he said something about like, well, I have a big dick too.
Yeah.
And I think he was the partner of the
so
girl,
like his
right?
girlfriend or wife, and I'm not sure what it was.
But it's almost like the way he interpreted what was said was basically like, it seemed like he thought we were trying to get her a big dick because she hadn't had that experience or didn't have one.
He kind of came off like, hey, wait a minute, I got a big dick too. That's kind of the vibe I got.
Right.
I don't know his dick size, truthfully.
No, I think it was a big dick.
Oh,
Like,
do you?
yeah.
Okay. I didn't look at his dick. The way it came across is like maybe he didn't.
No, he definitely did.
Oh, okay. Then I saw that. But it definitely was like an awkward moment. Did you not think it was awkward?
Well, I think he interpreted it as if the person that had said, my husband will fuck you. If you like big dick, basically my husband will fuck you with his big dick.
Yeah.
I think he took that as if they were implying that he did not also have one. And so I think it kind of hurt his feelings.
Classic swinger miscommunication.
Right.
Yeah. See, I totally saw that a different way.
And I think he was just saying like, well, I have one of those too. And then she quickly was like, oh no, I wasn't trying to imply that you did it. And I just was saying,
what happens,
if that is something she likes, my husband has one of those.
Yeah. And at this point, it's like 2:33. Yeah. Like it's late. Yeah. So I kind of
But there was a little moment there where it was kind of like, and I don't think it was nobody's fault. I don't think anybody, I think something was said that caught somebody off guard.
Just like,
that's real life. Yeah.
Real life. People
100%.
are fucking. People are going to have misunderstandings. It's all in how you handle them,
And to be fair, like it kind of got awkward for a second, but quick recovery. Like,
very.
Because she was like, no, I didn't mean anything by it. And he's like, oh, okay. Like the way that was said, and it was like, okay. And then we just everybody kind of moved on.
Yeah, yeah. So I kind of teased it a little last week. So a very good friend of ours, me and him like went to start. I was like, hey, and he was like, I was like, you want to fuck? He's like, yeah. And so he was like, okay, now hold on, backstory. Hold on, let me reverse and tell this over again. Mm-hmm. First of all, we had been STD tested
the day before.
And this individual was in the testing facility as we walked in. We were like, hey, our friends, hey. So like, obviously I knew he had been tested, right? So that is definitely one thing to note.
Right.
Okay, so now go back to this night, Friday night. We're getting ready to engage. And he said, I don't need to use a condom, do I? And I said, oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Very quickly. And he was like, oh, for sure. Yeah. And I guess because I had saw him, maybe he assumed that I would be comfortable with that. And to be fair, there are swingers out there that play without condoms. And I'm not, what do you want to say?
No. I think you're right. And honestly, I don't think it's that. I think in this situation where it was an orgy and we hadn't really all had an act.
We did not do that.
Nobody really explained because we were all in this orgy. We're basically all friends, and most of us had fucked before, except for maybe that one new couple. And she had fucked up people that were in the orgy, just not us.
Yeah.
But anyway, there wasn't really a conversation about condoms.
We did not stop.
We did not stop and do that.
Which, again, if you do that, you avoid all of this. You talk about boundaries, you talk about protection, you talk about when your last test was, all of those things. So in this case, we did not do any of that. And so I'm assuming that because I saw him there.
And he saw you there.
And he saw me
so
there.
You know, basically, in less than 12 hours, you both got clear STI panels.
Well, we don't know, really, truthfully. I mean, we do trust each other, right?
You hadn't seen his, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen each other's, but we are good enough friends that I do have some pretty good trust in him. I do not think that he would be there. And honestly, I wasn't even worried that not using the condom with me I was going to get an STD. It was more of, this is our rule.
Yeah.
You know, we don't break them in these situations. We're wearing a condom.
Yeah, and truthfully, okay, so one, I think, if you were going to have unprotected sex, having unprotected sex with somebody that had literally got STI tested within 12 hours is the best possible scenario. And swingers that are engaging that way, I think that's completely fine, right? That's in the porn industry, that's how they do it, right? So I think you're completely fine to engage that way. No judgment there. But from our perspective, you don't know how many people he's fucked.
Yeah. He could fuck a lot.
This is secrets. You know what I mean? It's been 12 hours. He might have already fucked 5 or 6 girls by that time.
I hope he did. Yeah.
Right. So there's no, so you don't know. So for us, the reason our boundary is we always use protection is because you just don't know.
Yeah. And I will say in his defense, in my defense, I was like, no, babe, you got to use a condom. And he was like, oh, for sure. And like he went right over there and got it. Neither one of us skipped a beat. We just went straight into it and it was completely fine. He got hard. He fucked me great. It was like all perfect, which is, I think, the way it should be.
Yeah.
I could see that scenario going so many different ways.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, he even asked, like it wasn't like he tried to slide it in without a condom on. He asked you, but I do feel like he kind of had an expectation that you didn't need it.
Yeah.
And probably that expectation came from you being literally getting tested together essentially.
And me failing
the day
to
before.
tell him my rules and boundaries.
Right, exactly.
Yes. And to be fair, I had actually never fucked him before.
True.
You had fucked his wife, but I didn't fuck him.
Agreed.
So,
yeah.
And you would use a condom with his wife, but anyway, so long story short. So it ended up being fine. Mm-hmm. We had a great night. I don't think people left until like close to 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
was a long night.
It was very long. It was a good time. I mean, I had a blast. Our room was completely trashed.
Yeah.
We basically like just passed out after that.
Yeah.
And,
went to bed. All right. Let's take a little break.
Okay.
Hear from the partners and sponsors of the Swing Nation podcast. And then when we get back, we're going to bring you the main event.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Lacy, one thing I don't leave home without when going to a swinger event is my ED medication.
That is correct.
Performance anxiety is 100% a real thing. Having sex in an orgy room with 100 people in there is way different than having sex at home in your bedroom.
It is.
So I like to have what we call a little insurance policy and have some of that ED medication in my pocket. Shameless Care is who I use for that. And they actually just came out with a new product called the Shameless Duo.
Yeah.
Which is a combination medicine that has Viagra and Cialis in it. So that one, you can be ready whenever, but also it's got that dose that you can take when you're, as you're getting ready to go to the playroom and you need that to kick in.
Yeah.
So I love it. I mean, I used it at Hedo for the first time, and that combination.
You've kind of pretty much switched to that, haven't you?
That's basically what I use all the time now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're looking for ED medication, if you're new to the lifestyle and you're going to an event, you might want to get some and have it just handy in case you need it, kind of thing.
And the really cool thing about Shameless Care is they don't set you up on a reoccurring plan. So you're not going to get all of this ED medication that you have in your nightstand built up. When it's time that you need more, you'll get an email from them and they'll ask you, hey, are you ready for another round? And you can respond back, yes, please refill it, or no, I'm good right now, thank you. So it's really cool because you don't end up with all these extra pills and spend a bunch of money that you're not, you don't need to spend.
Yeah, and my favorite part is you don't actually have to go into an office and talk to your family doctor or a military doctor. You can do it all right online from the privacy of your home. You just go to their website, you fill out some forms, the doctor reviews it, approves you, disapproves you, and you move on from there. So if you would like to get some medication, you can go to TheSwingNation.info, click on the little recommended apps and products, scroll down to the shameless care icon, click on that, and that's going to take you over there. There's some discount codes there for you, so you can get a discount off your first order. But I highly recommend, if you're going to some events or parties, go get you some lifestyle insurance. All right, guys, check it out.
Dan, so when we're doing the podcast, a lot of times we'll tell the listeners we are filming our content for OnlyFans, right? So how do they find that content if they want to see like the videos that go along with the stories?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So you are correct. We do film for OnlyFans. When we're going to clubs and events, we talk about sometimes, we did OnlyFans with so and so. So if they're interested in that, they can go to TheSwingNation.info, and they'll see right there on the front page a link to your OnlyFans. We are running promos.
We are.
And it could be anywhere from 50 to 80% off right now.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's 80% off.
Wow.
So you'd have to, go grab that right away. But if you like watching orgies, if you like watching threesomes, if they want to see you take DVP, they want to see how big of a dirty slut you actually are, they can see all that right on your OnlyFans page. We kind of call it's like another tier of education.
No, I was about to say that because I think like if you go to some of these major porn sites and you type in like swinging, you're going to find some things, and it's usually not very good. Let's be real. We actually will get, and we try to get as many orgies on camera as we can, because a lot of people that are joining the lifestyle, they want to see us do a full swap with a couple, or they want to see us engage in an orgy. And these are the same people that we will have orgies with at the swinger club, with obviously without the cameras. We just kind of recreate it, at opportunities that we can film. So if you're thinking about joining the lifestyle and you're like, man, I need to see like how they're navigating this, our OnlyFans can be kind of educational, if you ask me.
I agree. So go over to TheSwingNation.info, click that blue and white button, and go sign up today.
Yeah.
Check it out. We appreciate you guys. Lacy, if you're going to be a swinger, you need to be a responsible swinger.
I agree.
And part of being a responsible swinger is getting tested on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, something I didn't know is not all STI, STD testing is the same.
That is correct.
Not every family doctor fully understands how you should be getting tested.
That is correct. What one doctor thinks is a full panel, another doctor may have a completely different version of that.
And being somebody in the lifestyle and engaging with multiple partners, what you should be getting tested for is probably, if you're not telling your doctor that, what you should be getting tested for is probably different than what they're thinking in their head.
Yeah, because they don't know your lifestyle. Or even if they do know your lifestyle, there's for instance, there is a new one called MGen, and we just recently met a doctor at a lifestyle party and said that she had never even heard about it. And so she was awesome that we had educated her on that. So a lot of these doctors don't know it all.
Right. So if you are going to participate in the lifestyle, you probably need to get tested from people that are meant to do this.
Yes.
So we use I Know My Status. It's the same people behind talent testing who are there's a company that tests all the porn stars. So they're used to testing people that engage with multiple partners. They know all the latest on what STIs are, coming up and spreading, and they track all the stats. I mean, they know how to test people for STIs.
Yes.
They're the experts.
They are. And if someone that you engage with, if they have used I Know My Status, they can actually give you a QR code and you can scan it and you can see their results right on your phone, so you can confirm everything that they're telling you.
Yeah, 100%. So please, if you're getting tested, get tested the right way. We recommend using I Know My Status. You can go to TheSwingNation.info, recommended apps and products, scroll down to the I Know My Status icon, and you can get a discount off your first test. But please, if you're swinging, if you're engaging with people in the community, please be safe about it. Go get tested.
Yeah, because we want you to fuck like a porn star.
For sure.
Okay, so Saturday, Mike and Daphne woke us up. They're like, bitches, you got to get up.
I think with breakfast.
Yeah. No,
I thought he brought us breakfast sandwiches or something. No?
I think he brought Daphne breakfast and she didn't
Oh,
eat
that's
it.
what happened. He brought Daphne breakfast. He had left. She didn't eat it all. And
Yeah,
they
or
gave that to
something.
me.
Yeah. We had to get our room clean. So they were like, bitches, you have a thing here in
Yeah.
like no time. So you
You
got
guys
to
gotta get up
you
and
got
get
to get
organized,
up. So we did. We got up. We got our room cleaned. My hair was completely trashed from that spray gel. I mean, it was tacky. It was disgusting. I felt disgusting. I did my best to kind of get ready for, we have a volunteer luncheon on Saturday where everybody comes to our room. Anybody that volunteers with Discord or Secrets, we have them come in, we feed them lunch, we usually do some sort of shot, and it's our way of saying thank you. If you've listened to the podcast, you've heard us talk about this. This is kind of our thing. So I attempted to get my shit together enough to do this. Okay, so Daphne and Mike helped us get it all set up. The girls that work for us, we usually have like sandwiches and potatoes and fruit and all that. So everything looked good. Dan gave his typical, like...
Typical. It's a
just-
very heartfelt. So
It is very heartfelt.
I don't think we get to talk about this on the podcast enough.
Yeah.
Right. So with the Discord, with Swinger Society, with the community, I don't know if people really realize how robust of a community Swinger Society is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, close to 50,000 people on the Discord, you know, a Reddit page, a Facebook page, all that have tens of thousands of people interacting on the daily on those pages. And so we have a robust staff of volunteers.
Not to mention the magazine.
Right. The
Yeah.
the magazine and those articles that get put out every month. So there's over 100 volunteers that help keep Swinger Society, the community, functioning. And this, when we do this luncheon, it's almost a little bit of time where we kind of get to reflect on how far we've come, how much we've accomplished, how big this community has grown. And it's none of any of that is possible without those people that volunteer their time day in and day out. You know, if you've ever tried to moderate a Facebook group before, that is not the most rewarding job. Everybody comes to you complaining and bitching because you took their pictures down, and they're just like, "Well, your nipple was out. Like, we can't post nipple pictures." You know, so it's a very unrewarding job. But having those communities and those pages where people can go and ask questions, where people can go and share their stories, where people can go and share their pictures, that's the building block of a community, and the community can't exist without those safe places to interact with each other. So truly having the volunteers there, it's a crucial part of it. And
we couldn't do it.
Right. I'm very thankful for that group of people.
And like a little lunch and a shot is by no means, I wish we could put them all on salary. That would be that would be ideal.
Right. I wish I could bring them all to Hito for a week or something, you know what I mean? But
unfortunately we have to settle for McAllister's and a shot.
Right, exactly.
So, but it's super great because not everybody can come to every secret. So the people that get to come and the volunteers change. They're not, I mean, we have some that have been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
We have others that kind of come in and out. And so it's always a really fun time to like stop and appreciate. When I said Dan does what he normally does, he is a very good like motivational speaker type person.
Okay.
You are. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's like you used to like teach in the military. So it's like you're just really good at like standing up and saying a few words like off the top of your head. I panic and want to hide, you know, so you do a very good job of saying all the right things. And I appreciate you for it because I could not do it. So thank you.
Well, it comes from a authentic place.
I know it does. I know it does. After that, everybody left. We kind of cleaned up. I think you immediately went straight out to the pool. I came out just a few minutes after you. I was struggling at the pool on Saturday. I didn't feel like I'd gotten that drunk the night before. And I don't know if it was like the lack of sleep because we went to bed at like 4. And then the night before that, it was like 3. I don't know what it was, or maybe it's that I'm getting older. I don't know, but
then you've been, your hormones and hot flashes and all that. Yeah.
I was really struggling in the pool. Like my body, like my eyes were closed. Like if nobody was standing there talking to me and I was just like, like I can remember being in the pool and like, I got to take a nap.
Yeah.
You know how like before you get sick, that like day or two, that exhaustion, that's kind of how I felt. So at some point I came to you and I was like, I've got to go to the room for just a little bit. Like I'm just not, I need some like caffeine. I need something because I'm no fun out here.
Yeah.
So I went to the room and I laid on the bed for a little bit and kind of texted and scrolled probably TikTok. And I was going to take like a little 30-minute power nap, but I couldn't quite cut my brain off quick enough to do that. And then my hair was still really, really disgusting. So I was like, I'm going to take a shower. I knew I had to be back out there at like 3 because that's when we give away the room crawl and we have some raffles and stuff. So I hopped in the shower, which was honestly probably the best thing I could have done because my hair with my extensions, it takes hours for this hair to dry. Mm-hmm. So it was either let it air dry as much as I could and then kind of finish it off with the blow dryer later, or then have to blow dry my whole head later. So I was kind of glad that I did it, taking the nice hot shower and everything. And I think I had something to eat and something to drink. I just I perked myself. I needed that like reset a little bit.
Yeah.
So I came back out about the time that it was to do all of that. So, we announced the winners of the room crawl,
we played the ping pong game at some point before that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the first time we did the ping pong ball game at Secrets. So we threw all the ping pong balls. So we talked about this. We did this at Colette Houston at Johnny Jackie's party. But basically a bunch of ping pong balls. You write, hug somebody, kiss somebody.
Yeah. I picked on a few people like Daphne. It was like Motorboat Daphne. Yeah. And then it was like
the DJ or a DJ maybe. Or,
and then the mayor who is, if you've been around Swinger Society for any amount of time, you know who the mayor is. So I picked on him.
That game.
Yeah. And what's funny is I had a really hard time putting things on them without, like, I was obviously keeping consent in mind.
Right.
Like when I was doing up, like hug, her choice, like obviously you're going to walk up and say, Maya, but I couldn't put like, fuck, I didn't feel personally as the event host, I didn't feel comfortable putting like, to me, her choice or his choice would be like, okay, I really want to fuck you. And this is his, then you ask, I don't know. I didn't want anybody to feel pressure to do anything. Yeah. So I tried really hard to keep
PG-13.
Yeah. Like grind, hump, hug, flirt.
Motorboat's a popular one.
Yeah, kiss. I tried really hard to.
How many times did you get motorboated?
A few, yeah. In the reviews, people wanted me to be more sexual. They were like, we needed to spice it up a bit. And I guess I'm just curious, like, how do we professionally host and keep everybody consent and everybody's safety in mind? And also do that. That's such a fine line that I think if you're in the pool, like drunk, like these should say sex, these should say that. I think that's like an easy criticism to give. But when you're the host and you're like racking your brain, trying to figure out what to write on 100 balls. Yeah. And trying to figure out.
I don't think fucking is appropriate on those.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, if it's his choice, her choice, and somebody, wants to ask for that and
there's
consent given, like go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't. Randomly picking up a ping pong ball and then fucking the person next to you is probably not the best idea.
Yeah. So anyway, if you had criticism of that, that's what it is. And truthfully, I don't know. Could I spice it up a bit? Maybe, and I'll look into that for next time. The idea of the ping pong balls was more just to get people talking, right? To get people like meet your neighbor, kind of help because another thing that we always get asked is we need to figure out a way to make people mingle more, and that the truth is we can't. We can encourage people to do it. We can give games. We can't say everybody sit in one spot for 15 minutes and then rotate. We just can't. And so by doing things like the ping pong ball and stuff like that, that's just kind of
our way of doing
our way of encouraging it.
To be honest, Thursday night is the night for mixing and mingling. We try very hard to push everything, that Thursday where, once you get to Friday or even Saturday, it's really now more about the party than it really is the mixing and mingling. Hopefully most of that has already happened at this point.
And I guess my criticism to somebody that criticized us for people not mix, you have to be the mix and mingle.
Yeah.
Like
there is some individual responsibility.
Yeah, like Dan and I like try to do take a lap, which I didn't do as good this time as I probably could have. But
but anybody can do that.
Anybody could do that. If you've been sitting in one spot talking to the same couples for an hour, it's maybe time to shift, and that's okay. And so anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And then the other thing that happened Saturday day, is the pizza thing on your list?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, was that after the announcement of the?
It was after the announcement.
All right.
Yeah.
So we played the game. You went and took a nap. You came back, and then we announced the room crawl winner. Mm-hmm. And then we also did raffles, and we gave away some stuff, and that was all to benefit, I believe, Woodhall this time.
Yes,
right?
it was.
So if you know, Woodhall is an organization that is really lobbying to protect sexual freedom. Lobbying Congress. They push back against a lot of laws that are being passed to censor people. And
yeah, they focus a lot on sex workers more so than like NCSF does more sexual freedom. But they're all really great organizations that we are super blessed to be associated with in some little.
So I
bit
appreciate
way.
everybody that donated. Yes. I think we ended up raising $1,000.
Yeah, I think it was like 900 and something, and we
kicked in the rest.
Yeah, we kicked in the rest to even it out. So yeah. I came back. Yeah, we announced the winner of the room crawl.
And it was a throuple this time.
It was a throuple, and so there's
exciting.
a little backstory to the prizes. We had been toying around with changing our prizes up for the room crawl. We have a door sign, like not a door, like a neon.
Right. So Friday night, everybody does the room crawl, right? And just in case you missed the last episode, that room crawl is people that sign up can host a room crawl room. They decorate the room. They give away a shot. Everybody goes around to all the room crawls. They vote on who they want to win. The winner of the room crawl gets a free room at the next event, next Secrets. So their room is paid for and free. And then they also, what we've been giving them is a neon sign. And we went and bought this sign, and it's like a $450 neon sign, but we don't give it to them. We just let them display it.
Which in theory sounded really amazing. You will post it in your window. It'll be there.
Right. So the prize is really the free room. The neon sign is really just a way that you kind of let everybody know, like bragging rights.
Yeah. And honestly, the neon sign is like gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mandy, who works for us, found somebody to make it, and it is very, very nice. It's huge. It could have been half the size, but it's huge.
It's cool though.
It is very cool. So, but the problem is that
you're getting it at 3:00 on Saturday.
Yes. So you're putting, I guess, like maybe there's just no time.
You have it for like 8 hours. Maybe.
And nobody ever actually even hangs it up. I think maybe if we like went and put it on the door, there was some really good thought behind it. It just didn't quite execute the way we wanted it to. And that should be the motto of Swinger Society. Like, we have really good intentions and we try really hard. And sometimes we do a really good job and sometimes we miss it a little bit. We're always here to improve.
Right.
So we've been really talking about changing it up.
Right. So in addition to that, though, in past time, we've also given them an award.
It was a little trophy. And so Dan's like...
And the one we've been giving them looks like it came out of a damn Cracker Jack box.
It is not, no.
It's about 2 inches tall.
It is not.
It's like the world's tiniest award.
Okay, it's 6 inches tall, and it's not that great. It's like a $20 trophy on Amazon that they put our pineapple on.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's come up with something better. But also keep in mind, you have to fly home with this. You may not want to display it for all your friends. So you kind of need to be able to hide it if you don't want your friends. So we toyed around with the idea of doing like a medal, all this stuff. Well, Diana, who works for us, found this really cool trophy company on Etsy that has unique trophies.
Yeah.
We were on a time constraint because she did offer to like make us a custom, like with our pineapple and stuff, and
we'll probably do that
in the future. But she didn't have that in time to do it for this one. But she had this really cool one that was a unicorn, and we were like, "Fuck it, let's do
a
the
unicorn with like a rainbow.
Like it looked like so it was gold, but like its horn was rainbow, and I think the hair.
Some of its hair was rainbow, yeah.
And it was the cutest freaking, we should have got a picture of it. It was the cutest trophy. And so Mandy brings out everything, or I think it was Mandy. I don't know.
It was Mandy.
Brings out, all the prizes, everything. And she puts it on the speaker, which is, in her defense, where we kind of always put the things.
Yeah.
She didn't take into account the bass of the speaker.
Yeah.
Because
what she set it on is the bass. It's the subwoofer for the sound system.
Oh,
so
it looks
it's
like a
literally the
speaker.
bass speaker. And she set it on top of it.
So it rattled off.
Right. So she sets it all up and she's like, hey, Dan, I got everything over there if you want to go and do the announcements. And I'm like, okay. I go walking up and she's like, yeah, I set it on I set it up by the DJ booth. I go walking up and I can't find it. I'm like, where's the award? And one of the sexy squad goes like, oh, it fell. And I was like, what? And then they pick it up. It was on like one of the side tables there behind the DJ booth. And she picks up the unicorn and its head is snapped off.
I mean, it was a very sad moment. There was a decapitated unicorn. So Dan hands it to me.
We go over and we show Mandy.
No, I know.
Or
Mandy
Diana.
was in the pool.
Yeah,
I go to Diana, who had worked so hard to this was like a full on like what should we get? This was like a whole ass like a thing. And she was like, you should see the look on her face. She was like,
She almost cried. Yeah.
And she really wanted to glue it back together.
And the funny thing is we have glue. So in the toolbox that we bring, we actually have super glue. We could have fixed it.
And
I just didn't want to give somebody a super glue together. Like, I'm like.
And Diana was like, it was like prying it out of her cold dead hand.
She did not want to.
She did not want to give it up. But we were like, Diana.
It's okay.
You have to throw it. It was like she was our child, and we were like, you have to
throw
throw the
away.
toy
It's
in
broken.
the trash.
You can't play with it
And
anymore.
she threw it away, and then it was funny because I was still standing there, and somebody else walked up, and they were like, oh no. It was like such a sad moment of the unicorn.
So we had to call an audible.
Yeah.
And I actually gave away the neon sign.
Yeah, we
Because
did.
I'm like, I'm done with this neon sign. It's not working. Since we can't even give them a medal now, just give them the sign. That way it's gone and I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Worked out good because they drove, so they got to take it. Now, what the hell are they going to do with that sign?
Somebody, not only did they get a free room, now they have a $400 sign that they.
I hope they put it in their garage,
I hope
and every
they have
time they walk
somewhere
out
they can
there,
display it, yeah.
they can be like, hell yeah, that's us. So if you have any ideas for Secrets in April, we are all for them. I think we'll probably do the trophy, but get the pineapple one. But I still feel like we need something else too. I don't know.
I mean, what? You get a new car. Like, what? Come on. It's a room crawl, people. It's not like
I don't know.
they didn't win the Olympics. I mean, come on.
I feel like there just needs. I don't know. I feel like it's a prize package. You know.
Golly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Dan will fuck the wife.
I don't know if that's.
Well, that's
that
also
works.
not that. That's a consent thing
Yeah.
too.
Anyway, but okay, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
At least a better medal or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after that, it was kind of like pool. If things were, I say winding down, but also that's kind of when everybody starts.
This is when everybody's wilding out.
See, if you want to know how to do secrets and survive it, this is where I start winding down. I'm like, okay, I got to sober up. I've got to eat. I've got to nap to be able to make it to the later part. Everybody else is the opposite. They're like, let's go buck fucking wild.
Well,
and we'll
some of
worry
these
about
people,
it.
this is their Super Bowl. I mean, this
Yeah.
is, if you go to one party a year, you're not going to go sleep for 4 hours of
That's
the
true.
you know what I mean? Like you're going hard the whole time.
That's true. That is
and
a true
people
statement.
are going hard the whole time.
Yes.
Now,
So-
if you're not a go hard the whole time, this is the time to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm in the pool and I look over and we don't have a name for this lady.
Yeah, we called her Karen.
Okay, we've called her Karen. There's so many
There's a
Karens.
million Karens.
Yeah.
Her name is Karen.
Her name is Karen. And you and her have been trying to fuck for like a year or more.
Yeah, so if you listen to the podcast, this goes back to, when she gave me a blowjob and the Tempted VIP.
Yeah.
Probably over a year ago.
Yeah. So this has been happening. It's like you're both trying.
But here, every time me and her go to fuck, you're always not there.
Not true.
It's probably
When
happened
have you
the
tried to
day
fuck?
before, Friday. We would have fucked probably. But you were.
Anyway, I was in the pool and I think I don't know if I just happened to look that way or if you got my attention.
No, she came up to you.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Yeah. But I think I saw that.
Well, me and her were like making out.
Yeah, I saw
in the
that.
cabana
Yeah,
before,
I saw that. So she was like jerking you off and making out and
Yeah.
stuff. But she came and was like, "Can I?" And I was like, "By all means, please go. Let's do this." But I genuinely think that she was worried about me.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think she knows that we're kind of a full swap couple,
which I
and
totally respect, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. And that's like, it's very nice to see a wife.
She probably asked me a dozen times
Yeah.
if I thought you were okay, and then throughout, because like me and her were making out in the pool the day before, and you were nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Is this okay? Are you sure this is okay?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." And so Lacy makes out with everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
It's totally fine that we make
totally.
out. I promise you.
So she asked if y'all could fuck. So next thing I know, y'all are fucking, which was awesome. She had her like bent over.
Yeah, I might have been a little too much. So we fucked
But
in a few different.
Too much, and she liked it. Too much, and she liked it.
Yeah. So we fucked. I think she, I was sitting so this is a cabana, that's a poolside. So I think it started with her climbing on top of me. Right. So I'm sitting in the couch, and she gets on top of me and rides my dick, facing me. And then I got up and then bent her over. So she's like, chest to the back of the couch and bent over, and I'm fucking her. And this is where I think I was a little too aggressive, because she had a little bit of bruising on her chest.
Yeah,
what I did not realize is this is a couch, but it's like outdoor furniture, so it's like metal framed.
Yeah.
And even though there's a pillow on the back of that couch,
Her chest was hitting.
the back of the couch itself is a metal frame.
Yeah,
So,
and she was loving it so much that she did not want you to stop, and she was taking it like
so
I
I didn't realize that, because I was kind of pushing her into the couch. I didn't realize that I was pushing her into that metal frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she ended up with a little bit of bruise on her chest.
Yeah.
Which
And
I
then
felt bad about.
Yeah. She did not feel bad.
No, she didn't. She didn't seem to mind.
She liked it, actually. And at some point, you flipped her over, and you're like playing with her pussy. Tell me what happened there.
Right. So then after that, I sat back down on the couch, and then she basically reverse cowgirled me.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the couch. She's facing the pool.
Yeah.
And she's riding my dick, kind of reverse cowgirl on the couch. And then I reached around. It was basically fingering her clit while she's riding me. Now, to be fair, at this point in time, there's a cheering section in the pool. So if you know where the Secrets pool, this is like the beach walk-in
like
into the Secrets pool.
Yeah.
And we're at that cabana that's kind of like between the pool and the bar. And so now there's like a bunch of our friends are standing there. And I think a lot of people know that this thing has been in the works for a year now. And so they're like cheering us on as she's riding my dick and I'm fingering her. And then she squirts.
Yeah.
And when I say she squirts like
She squirted all over my pizza.
so there was the coffee table in the middle of the cabana. We had left our we'd eaten pizza. And it was leftover pizza. It wasn't really like it would just come out fresh or
No.
it was
No,
most people were kind of done with it.
Yeah, but I am jealous because I feel like that's kind of my role.
The squirt on the pizza.
Yeah, I feel like if anybody's gonna, I love some pizza. If anybody knows me, if it's pizza and fucking, I'm probably gonna choose the pizza. So like, I feel like that was I could have been the one
To squirt all over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I was happy to pass that torch to her.
Yeah.
It was very hot and kind of funny. And then she was like worried that
We're gonna be mad that she squirted on the pizza.
It's like, babe, you're in Secrets.
Yeah.
It's fuck that pizza.
Yeah.
Fuck that pizza.
We can order another pizza. Yeah. It's worth it just for the story.
Yes.
Of you squirted all over the pizza.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, I want to be able to say I squirted on a pizza.
So you're not jealous that she did it. You're jealous that you don't have this story now for yourself.
Yeah. But like, I want to eat the pizza, then have sex, and then squirt on the pizza.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
in that
you ate
order.
the pizza and then she squirted on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do. We share.
Yeah.
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 But she was so cute after. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry about your pizza." I'm like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're totally fine."
Yeah. And then I think, she had a tap at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, at that point, I think the day part was winding down, but you then busted out the motor bunny.
Yes.
That's kind of how you ended the day party, which we've talked about.
Yeah, because that's always the peak of when everybody's partying and being
Yeah.
sexual and stuff like that. I try to do the motor bunny around that 4:00-ish time frame, the Saturday pool party.
Yeah. And we hear you. You want more pool games. Dan's going to step up his pool games next year. We know you're going to work on it.
Yes.
He's heard you loud and clear.
Yeah. But the motor bunny was great. I mean,
Yeah.
there was, I don't know how many girls, probably
Didn't one lady do it twice?
a dozen or more. One lady, she probably knows who she was. The cutest black lady came and she wrote it. And she was so like, oh my God, thank you. And then like, a few more girls go. And then she comes back up and she's like, can I do it again?
That's my kind of girl.
And I was like, yeah, by all means, for sure. Like,
They were just at Splash, and she is like, they're so cute.
Yeah, she came up to me at Splash, and she's like, I'm the one that rode the motorboat. I was like, I remember you did it twice. And she's like, yeah.
At some point while you were motorboating,
She's like, did you bring it here? I was like, no, they won't let me do it here.
Yeah. At some point while you were motor bunnying, I came and like whispered in your ear.
Yeah, you pieced out. You're like, I'm out.
I'm out.
So that shows you where we're at on our relationship. Is I'm on the stage
And you got bitches lined up.
with multiple women coming up and riding which I'm not fucking. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not really. I'm just flipping a switch, really.
But you are. It's a very like. It's a moment you have from a female perspective, getting on that motor bunny and like whoever's like right there with you.
Right.
It's a moment, and I'm okay with that.
I feel like they trust me.
Yeah.
I think we've earned enough of a reputation. And I don't know if it's because of the podcast or because, we've just been doing these events for so long.
I wouldn't just go
but
to
I
a
think
stranger.
like Party Mark, a lot of people will let him, assist them to orgasm because they trust him. And I'm glad that women feel safe with me and to have that experience with me, somewhat guiding it. And it's good.
Yeah.
But it goes to show that you're just going to go take a nap while I'm
So you're like hitting the button, you're being like grabbed onto, and I'm like, hey. So I'm gonna go to the room a little bit. Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah.
And like
you do so yeah.
So one, because I had to finish drying my hair. It was all about my hair. So I had to start getting ready. I had to be at TikToks at 7. So this is when, if y'all see on social media, when we have like a big group of girls and all of that. Now we do them out back by the white fence and the red chair and all of that. We do some in the club. This is when we do all of those. So it's basically an open invitation. Anybody that is comfortable being on social media and wants to be a part of it, come on.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. It's a great opportunity to get to meet other people. It is kind of like herding cats. I mean, it's a lot of females, a lot of females, a lot of people that are used to doing their own
TikToks
on their own, doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of chiefs.
Yeah.
Like a lot of chiefs. I struggle in that area personally.
Right.
I either feel like I have to take control, or I tend to just try not to say anything because I feel like if I take control, then maybe.
Well, you had Tiffany, formerly known as Life of Spice,
She used
now
to
known
be-
as Ink Siren. She used to be the best in this situation.
because she is soft spoken and everybody liked her. She could get away with being like, okay, I need y'all to stand here and look cute and then smile.
And she was
then-
there this time. This is the first secret she's come back to since everything happened.
Yeah.
But she didn't fall back into that role.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
No. It was mainly Wings of Glory, which I'm okay with.
She's a photographer, so she's used to telling people.
However, I feel like where her and I differ is she can be a little bit racier in her TikToks, where we have to be a little bit more conservative.
Right.
So I felt
Some
like
of the ideas were a little too.
I felt like I was
provocative.
Yeah, I felt like I was being the prude one. I'm like, we're not going to post that if you do that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. Or I have to.
Yeah.
So it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it. I
think people like seeing those.
I like
TikToks.
seeing them. It's a hard time of night. 7:00 is like an hour before the club opens. You're not in your club wear. You're in regular. It's a hard transition. But Secrets in itself is like a hard transition.
Yeah.
It's just a jam-packed weekend.
Yeah.
It's like a marathon.
Well, to that point, so I get back to the room. It's probably at 6, right? So I'm out there at the Motor Bunny, make all the girls come, and then I'm like, okay, done with that. And then then it's like you can never just leave the pool. You always kind of get pulled into all these conversations and talking to people, and that's great, and I love that. So anyway, I finally get back to the room, and it's probably 6:00, maybe a little bit after 6. And then you're like, hey, you're coming to TikToks, right? And I'm like, nope. No, go. And I almost never make it to that 7:00 TikTok because basically I have no.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like an orphan because
Everybody else has their husbands.
I would say 99% of the people do have their partners there. And there's a few things where we have like our spouses with us, and I'm like the third wheel.
Lacy, so if you see those group TikToks, Lacy's always in a throuple because that's Dan's 1 hour to not work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did that. Our last final thing that we did, we walked out of the club and there was this beautiful rainbow over Secrets.
Yeah.
You've
Really
probably
was pretty.
seen a lot of those. It was like somebody like painted it there for it. I mean, it was crazy how awesome.
Yeah, I
it
don't think
was.
the pictures do that justice.
No, it doesn't. It was so pretty. But yeah, so that was that. We went back to the room and then it was just like
Hurry up and get ready.
Hurry up and get ready. So Saturday night's theme was Mischievous Military.
Yeah, which I was a little against.
Yeah, Dan being retired military, he's not.
And it's not even that. It's not. Some people would probably be against it because they think it would be like disrespectful or whatever to like wear uniforms if you're not. That I could care two shits about that. And honestly, I think it's a good way to tribute the military. It was very much a celebration of
for sure.
people in the military and first responders and stuff like that. It's more of me if I wore that damn thing for 21 years. That uniform for 21 years. So the last thing I want to put on anything is camouflage. Like,
we had to basically make him have this thing. We're like, we're doing it. So just get on board. And I feel like a lot of military people, you either really just engulf and embrace it. You've got all the stickers on the car, the tag, the flag in your yard, the whole thing. Or you're like Dan who has nothing. Like nobody would know that he was in the military at all in normal everyday life. Like we recently moved and the guy across the street, he was like a walking billboard. And him and Dan did the exact same job in the military. And you would never know because like our house was like completely wiped clean from it. So it was definitely two different. And it was neat to see everybody's outfits because you could definitely see the like retired or maybe former that leaned into it really heavily. We had some that were in complete uniforms. It was really fun to see. Again, I really, really enjoyed this weekend's themes.
Yeah,
I felt like everybody did a really good job of like embracing
well, they were good
it.
secret themes where it was kind of, it wasn't no ball gowns or no because it's hot and you're in Florida and they were fun. Yeah.
So when I picked our outfits, I knew that Dan was not going to wear like a costume. You're not going to do it.
I was not going to role play a soldier. No, it was not going to happen. Yeah.
So I found a dress that was camo and then had like a lime green, like stitching, I guess. Yeah. And I somehow was scrolling and found Dan loves the jerseys. And they had this like very, very similar color pattern jersey. So that's what we did. Yeah. I took a hat and covered it. You never posted that.
Oh, I can do that.
I worked really hard on my hat.
I will post your hat.
I posted my Dr. Pepper cans.
Oh, you did?
Stay tuned this week, guys. Dan's posting all my TikToks from Secrets. The truth is, a lot of our TikToks from Secrets
got flagged
because one, my dress was sheer.
Yeah.
And it was pretty hard, even though I had panties on and everything. It was still, TikTok didn't like it.
No.
And then my red outfit was essentially lingerie.
Right.
And TikTok was
and
like.
Your titties were tittying in that one.
Yeah. So
your titties were tittying in both of them. I think that's the problem is the like cleavage. I think if you have too much cleavage, TikTok just automatically flags it as like.
So you might have to go look for it because what will happen is if TikTok flags it, they just.
Take it down.
Yeah, you have to go find it.
Mm-hmm. Well, their Instagram has it. You go to Instagram, you'll find all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, not yet because you haven't posted it.
Well, not those videos, but your outfits, I'm saying.
I'm talking about the outfits trying to show how cool my hat was.
Okay.
So we get to the club. It was insane, as always. Partied super hard.
Saturday was extra insane.
Oh, extra. At some point, I ordered a bottle of Fireball.
Yeah,
we should have known at that point that shit was going to go down real fast. Because like you have to, like when you have a VIP, even though we rent out
the
all of
entire
Secret,
resort,
we have to pay for our VIP, and there's minimum, so like you have to spend X amount of money.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to know we're basically renting 2 VIPs in front of the stage. Yeah. You don't want to know what the minimum is for that. It's ridiculous.
So Dan's like DJing and doing all that, so they're dealing with me, which is you should never deal with me, and I'm like, Fireball, Malibu, Tito's. I was like, I ordered all the shit. So it was wild. At some point, I realized that I was drunk. And I remember going to Daphne and saying, I think I need to throw up. And so we go to get in line.
Okay, well, so at this point, so DJs go, it was Just in Time went first, and then it was, and he opened and went to like 10 o'clock, and then Juan Deepa that did like 10 to midnight. And then at midnight, I was actually got on and closed midnight to 2.
So were you DJing?
I think I had
threw
just, I'm assuming, because I wasn't there, didn't see this happen. I'm assuming it was about the time I went to go DJ that this what you're about to describe happened.
Yeah. So Daphne like grabs me and she's like, okay, let's go to the bathroom. You know, she like did what your friend's supposed to do. We go and there's like 6 girls in line. She's like, oh no, we're not going to make it. So she like announces to the men's restroom that we're coming in. She's like, men, we're coming through. It's a female. She feels like she's going to throw up. Can you let her into a stall, please? And, you know, the guys have a worker that the girls did not have an attendant. The attendant was like so sweet. He's like, okay, you know, and they like move out. I don't really remember much other than Durden was in there.
Mr. Durden?
Mr. Durden.
Was in the stall or in the bathroom?
Just in the bathroom. Okay. I think he was like washing his hands or something. So me and her go in the stall and I think I throw up a little. It wasn't like a major throw up situation, but there was
a little gag.
So I came out, they gave me some mouthwash, the little gentleman, we washed my hands, like she set me up.
Right.
And then we go back out and we party some more.
She didn't announce like Lacy from TheSwingNation needs to puke, or did she?
It was
probably.
I mean, I don't think she said SwingNation, but it was very apparent.
Oh my God!
They cleared the way for me. So we come back, and honestly, the rest of that is very, very foggy for me, which I don't really like. I would never say I've blacked out from drinking or anything like that. But there's been times like next morning, I'm like, I have to like piece it back together a little.
People are going to tear us apart, but for that. Everybody's fucking done that. You have got so drunk that you don't necessarily remember everything. And then
I did not fuck anybody.
And then people tell you what you did. And you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that.
I did not go to a playroom because I could not consent.
And
you know,
you had plenty of friends around you. You were drinking water. You were fine.
So, but I ended up having so much fun. Yeah. I ended up I danced. I gave lap dances. I remember at some point I put on.
People were writing shit on your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At some point, I put on men's clothing. There was like a pair of cargo pants. I put those on. And then, which they were JC's. And then I put on Jorge, DJ, who is another DJ, but wasn't DJing there. I put on his jacket. Now, something happened that I have not told you about.
Oh, you saved the secret?
Saved the secret.
Okay, what is it?
At some point, I dropped some stuff and I put it back in the pocket.
So you dropped from his jacket?
From the pants. Didn't think anything of it. You know, I just shit at the floor, put it back in the pants, put the pants. I don't know why I had men's clothes on. I had it over my clothes. I wasn't naked. So fast forward, we'll go back and finish the night. But the next day I was texting with Diana that works for us. And she was like, yeah, I cracked my screen on my phone. Mm-hmm. And so I can't really see well. I'm getting it fixed. It's like my phone's completely broke. I'm getting it fixed tomorrow. So I'm using.
You broke her phone?
I don't know. I think I broke her phone, and she is such a people pleaser that she won't admit to me that I broke her phone.
Oh, you think she knows you broke her phone?
I think she's just being a sweetheart. A phone hit the ground.
It was a phone?
It was a phone.
Did you pay for a fix her phone?
No, but I said, I think I broke it. I even went back to her, because I slept on it, you know. And I went back to her the next day. I said, I'm pretty sure I broke your phone. I feel, what can I do? I feel really bad. Yeah. And she was like, it's zero deductible. They're already mailing me a new phone. It'll be here at like 7 o'clock tonight. Do not worry about it. I have been worried about it ever since. And I really think I broke it. And the truth is, nobody knows
who has a zero deductible. Nobody has a $0.
She's probably lying.
She's probably lying to you. I think she is.
Do we need to buy her a phone?
You probably need to figure something out.
Oh, fuck. Man.
There's no $0 deductible. Nobody has that.
I didn't even think about that.
It's at least something. It's $100. It's something.
So I just remember at some point, because I was like dancing in the jeans or like pulling them up and putting them back on our cargo pants. Why I did that, I don't know. But I do remember things hitting the floor. And that floor at Secrets is like a concrete floor.
Yeah.
So the odds of it breaking then probably happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will say, Saturday night, I did not expect what happened to happen. Like I got up there and started DJing. And people were singing. You
did so
were
good.
Jumping. At one point in time, you were on the stage singing "Strawberry Wine." Do you remember that? Into the microphone? Yeah. Lacy got on stage, got the microphone from the DJ booth, and started singing "Strawberry Wine." And she's singing "Strawberry Wine" over some random EDC song. It's not, or EDM song. Yeah, it's not like she's singing Strawberry Wine to Strawberry Wine. She's singing it over probably like a drum and bass
Listen,
line.
if you want to know how trashed I am, ask me if I sung Strawberry Wine. In which this is not the first time on this podcast that I have sung Strawberry Wine.
Indications for Lacy's drunkenness. Once she starts doing cartwheels, right? So if she does a cartwheel on a did you do any cartwheels this night?
I don't know.
Right. So if you start seeing her trying to be a gymnast,
I'm trashed.
She's headed for. But this is early. That's early. That's like you're not trashed yet, but you are you are on a direct path to being trashed.
I think the wearing the outfit, dropping, that was a sort of a cartwheel type scenario. Yeah, it was there. I was in that realm.
Now, once she starts singing Strawberry Wine, she's done. She's gone. It's over.
Yeah, it was over. So you did an amazing job. Did we stay until it closed?
Yeah, well, I DJ'd till it closed.
But I mean, at what time? I felt like I stayed almost until you were done.
You did, yeah, and like a dozen of our friends. Yeah.
And then I remember me and Daphne and Mike walked back to the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as soon as it was done, I started breaking down the DJ stuff, and that's when you were like, "Peace out." Okay,
so we get back in the room, and somehow Mike ends up in just like a military t-shirt. You know that what is that color t-shirt that you
like tan?
Yeah,
like OD tan.
Yeah, it may not have been tan. In my mind, it was. He had on your mullet wig. And then my military little hat that I had. And I made him go outside at Secrets and run around he had no underwear on. And he's running like a soldier. I'm telling him to salute.
Is he fucked up too?
I guess.
Here's how you know Mike's fucked up. He's awake at 2 a.m. Right? Like if he's still awake at 2 a.m., he's got to be fucked up. And we were
laughing so hard we couldn't breathe. So then we go back in the room and he's trying to fuck Daphne. So then I'm I think it would be funny because we still have all these fake cigarettes from Redneck Night. So he's on top of her. So I bring them both a cigarette and put it
in their mouth while they're fucking.
At the time, it was really funny. But what's funny?
Here, smoke a cigarette while you fuck. What?
I don't know. It was funny at the time. So, fast forward a little later, you get in there and you're trying to fuck me, and she came in there and did it to us. Do you remember? It was a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
It was a total...
Well, here's the thing is I'm, because I DJ'd and then I break down all this equipment and I get back to the room, I'm pretty much sober at this point, and nobody else is sober at this point.
We are trashed and laughing. Oh my God, it was so fun. But you fucked me, and I consented because you're my husband and I love you and I wanted it. No one else though. No one else. And then we went to bed. We woke up. I want to talk about the next day. I know we're a little over time. I want to talk about the next day for just a half a second. So we get up. Daphne and Mike, they leave at the crack of dawn. So they're gone. We load everything up. Shout out to all the people that show up and help us load up because you're kind, nice humans. Thank you. It was very, very hot, and it was a lot of work. So I really appreciate you. I want to...
Agreed, yeah.
Once we got done, I was like, I'm going to go check on Mandy. or maybe it was like before we started. I can't remember. It was either before we started or right after. I can't remember. So I go up to the front and I pull open the door that leads between.
Right. So people that don't know, the reason
Okay.
you're going to check on Mandy is every morning, Sunday mornings after our Secrets events, Mandy goes into the lobby 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and she starts selling rooms for the next event.
And it's first come, first serve for the people that are there. So like if you're there and you want to book a room for next time, if you know which room, you get in line. First one that picks it gets it.
Right.
Outside of like the rooms Dan and I pick, you really are getting first dibs on.
Right. Yeah. It's like us and our staff.
Yeah.
Right. So there's like 3 or 4 rooms that are gone. But
Yeah.
other than that, all the rooms are available.
So anyway, I got up there right at time for it to start. And I opened the doors between the pool, like that go right into where the bathrooms are if you've been to Secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened the doors and there is
A line.
all the way to from the fish tank to the double doors.
Right.
And I'm like, I had a really hard time not crying. And it was probably because I was exhausted and hungover. But also like these people had been standing in line for 2 hours because they wanted that one room or that suite or whatever. And it was like a very touching moment for me.
Right.
And like we do this podcast and we do all this work, and obviously y'all are wonderful when we meet you and you come out and you say thank you and everybody is so kind. But in that moment, it was like, I don't know. It was like a visual. What is the word I'm looking for? It was
yeah. I mean, that says a lot. I mean, the fact that somebody would get up early on a Sunday after partying the whole night before and stand in line for 2 hours to make sure they got a room they wanted because they want to be at the next party.
No one was bitching. Mm-hmm. No one was like, you need
why
to
is
get
it taking so long?
No, everybody was like, hey, Lacy, we're here. I'm like, what are y'all crazy people doing? You waited in line 2 hours. Oh my. It was, for me, it was just like an aha, like, oh my gosh, like we did this.
Yeah.
Like it was very touching. And so I just wanted to say thank you to all of those people that stood there. Like, and some of our closest friends, like if you wonder if we give rooms like away before, like some of our very good friends were in the line.
Several of them.
Yeah.
Because we can't play favorites, you know what I mean?
Especially not when there's only 135 rooms and everybody wants certain ones.
Right.
So, I mean, we do give Daphne a mic.
Well, they share our room with us. Yeah.
You caught us.
Well, we wouldn't.
He also babysits me when I get trashed. So, you know.
Well, we wouldn't sell that room to the public anyway.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Secrets was.
Now, that would be funny if you let the room that is conjoined with us be first come, first serve. Whoever wanted to buy it could buy it.
That would be kind of fun.
It would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Daphne would be cussing you out right now if she heard
she
that.
would murder me.
She's going to text you if she listens to this. So we left Secrets being over halfway sold out.
Yes.
Which is insane. I think there might be one room left.
Last I knew there was one room.
And we're just like, we're
it's
doing
been
this
on
podcast.
sale for less than a week to the public. Yeah.
Has it been 2 weeks?
Well, I don't know. But yeah. Basically, when it went on sale to the public, all but like 2 or 3 rooms sold, and they're just it's because they're not the best rooms.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you wanted to come in April.
So April 2026, there might be one room left.
Yeah. And if there's not, if you are hearing this later and you're like, shit, I want to go, we will always have a waitlist admin at swingersociety.net. People cancel. People book it because they think.
Yeah, we've been able to get through 10, 20 people on that wait list before. So, you know, if you think you want to come to April 2026, definitely still come. We have a recommended overflow hotel that you can stay in. It's walking distance to the resort, so it's not a big deal. You can still come and be part of the party, and we want you to do that. But if you want to be on the wait list for a room actually in the resort, admin at swingersociety.net, admin at swingersociety.net to sign up for that list.
Yeah.
And then we might as well make the second announcement.
Oh, okay.
Since this is basically happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're going to put out a video. I'm going to put it out tonight. And so you guys will all see it, but then you'll hear it on the podcast as well. We are actually launching a new brand.
Yes.
Not just us, in partnership with other leaders of industry,
Yeah.
people that have actually been doing this for way longer than we have partnered up with us to launch a new brand that's going to be doing strictly hotel takeovers, and it's called Electric Pleasure.
Yes.
And Electric Pleasure is actually, the idea of this is to be lifestyle party meets music festival vibes.
Yes.
And it's really bigger than the life. This isn't a swinger party. It's really, we're calling it an alternative lifestyle festival. So if you are somebody that's open-minded and sex positive, you can be monogamous, you can be gay, you can be a lesbian, you can be, maybe you're into BDSM.
You can be whatever you want to be.
You can be
Everyone's welcome.
a furry pony person, whatever it is. If you are a sex positive person and then you enjoy music, especially kind of festival EDM type of music, although we'll have a variety of DJs. I think we have 7 DJs lined up for this event and possibly more. So we really want a variety of music. You can sign up to do that.
Yeah.
And our first party is January 23rd and 24th in Gulf Breeze, Florida. We have a complete hotel takeover, and it's actually on the ocean. It's bayside, not ocean frontage. It's the bay part of the ocean. But there's a private beach there. There's a big open courtyard. We're going to have an outdoor stage, and then we're going to have an indoor club area. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have games. We're going to have a play space, a desire space as we're calling it, where you can explore if you are open to that. But if not, it's going to be just a good, safe environment for like-minded people to come and party. And we're super excited about that. It is not a huge hotel, so I suspect those rooms will also sell out fairly quickly.
It is an affordable option if something like some of the other events are too high price for you, or you want to be able to maybe do more to spread out your money. We tried to make it a little bit more affordable for everyone. It's also BYOB.
Yeah, we realize a lot of some of the stuff we do, Secrets, Hedo, Bliss Cruise, that these are, if you are on a budget, some of those events can be hard. So this party is going to be a BYOB party. The room fee is going to cover everything. There's no hidden fees. It pays for your room, it pays for your passes, and then you can bring your own alcohol. And room packages are going to start under, I think they're under $500. I think they're just a little bit over $400 for the cheapest rooms. So that's a pretty affordable. If that's your room, that's your, it's BYOB, that's your party pass. That's everything under $500. Hopefully that's more affordable for some people. And even when we do club takeovers, in some of these cities, just the hotel will cost you that much for a weekend. And then, the prices of the club and all that. So, and then, especially if you have to buy alcohol or buy mixers or, whatever the case might be. So we're trying to make it as affordable and as many people as we can. And we want it to be open to as many people really in the sex positive space as we can. So if you want more information on that, the tickets for that are going to go on sale this Friday. And the website is electric-pleasures.com, electric-pleasures.com. And it'll be linked on swingersociety.net. You'll be able to find a link in all of our socials. We'll put it in our Beacons link. We'll do all of that. So go check out Electric Pleasures, get signed up, and get you a party pass. And we'll see you in Gulf Breeze for our inaugural Electric Pleasures event in January.
I want to add something to that.
Sure.
Swinger Society's not going away.
Yeah.
So before y'all start typing the emails, Swinger Society is alive and well and is thriving. We love everything Swinger Society. It's still going to be here.
Yeah.
So Secrets is still a Swinger Society event. We're still going to do club takeovers. We will probably scale those down just a little to kind of spread it out because Dan and I are only one person or two people.
Yeah.
So we, because we like to try to be as much as we possibly can. So we'll probably do less club tours. Club takeovers next year. But the good thing about that is we can really kind of pick our favorites.
Yeah.
So the ones that we think will bring the most value and you'll have the most fun at, that's the ones we're going to pick, and we're really excited about that. And so I just wanted everyone to know that Swinger Society is not going anywhere. Discord will always be Swinger Society, and we love that. And we are doing this separate project, Electric Pleasures, with other people. It's not just Dan and I. It's some people that we've met along the way. We tried to find some of the best of each area and kind of bring them in. So we are very, very excited to do this. I talked a little bit the other day to some of our volunteers, and the best way I can describe it is there's going to be some people that only like Swinger Society, and there's going to be some people that really only like Electric Pleasures. There's going to be some people that like both, a little bit of everything. And whatever that is, we just love and encourage and hope that you find your people at one of these or all of these things. So we're really excited. 2025 is going to be an exciting year. So if you've been wondering why we don't have any more dates announced, this is why.
Yeah. And so, we're still working on contracts for hotels and stuff like that, but there'll probably be at least 4 Electric Pleasure takeovers for 2026. And they'll be in various cities, mostly in the Southeast. Maybe for 27, we can spread out a little bit more, but logistically having it somewhat close to us just makes more sense since we're just kind of getting this off the ground. But stay tuned to both swingersociety.net and now electric-pleasures.com to learn more about that. Definitely follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all the places, and we'll put out information. Join the Discord server. We'll be putting information out there, the Facebook groups and all that. Definitely go check all that out. You can actually, Electric Pleasures does have an Instagram page now that you can go follow. We'll be posting more updates and stuff there as well. Yeah. So lots of in store for 2026. Stay tuned. There could be even more coming out.
We don't know.
It's a whirlwind. We got projects upon projects upon projects. So stay tuned to us and make sure you follow us for more information. And thanks for being here. And again, huge shout out to the entire Secrets team as well as our staff. I mean, this was, I feel like I say this every time, but one of the best secrets I think
they just keep getting better and better. Our staff keeps getting more and more like efficient. It's great.
Yeah, and stay tuned for April secrets. You think this secrets was we're just going to keep throwing down and making it bigger and better. If you didn't get a room, please come, and we're going to work on ways to figure out people being able to rebook their rooms and not have to wait in line. We'll figure something out to try to make that
working on it
a little more efficient for you.
We are always open to suggestions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, guys. I think with that, in a world full of apples,
be the pineapple.
Be the pineapple, guys.
Bye.
Bye. If you've enjoyed our podcast and want to support us, leave a 5-star review wherever you're listening. If you want to see more of our content, you can find links to Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, OnlyFans, and more in the show notes. Come join the conversation with us and other swinger content creators on our Swinger Society Discord server. If you have questions or feedback, email them to us at TheSwingNation@gmail.com. Make sure you head on over to TheSwingNation.net and keep up to date on all things Swing Nation. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
That's so hot.